She appeared as if summoned by the wind, a wild Mustang mare emerging from the distant hills, stepping uninvited into the solitary life of an aging rancher. No amount of shouting, barking dogs, or persistent efforts to drive her away could make her leave. She remained still, a silent presence by his land, as if waiting for something only she understood. Days turned into nights, and the mystery of her presence only deepened. Then a long-buried truth surfaced, one that shook the entire countryside. This wasn't just about a lost horse. It was about loyalty, remembrance, and an unbroken bond that defied time itself. As dawn painted the horizon with soft gold, the rolling fields stretched endlessly under the warming light. The mare's rich auburn coat shimmered, her dark mane shifting with the morning breeze. Yet she remained unmoving. She wasn't a wanderer passing through. She had been standing there for 3 days straight, refusing to leave the land of an old man named Henry. Henry, a 68-year-old rancher known for his quiet nature, stood at the edge of his porch, a worn coffee cup warming his calloused hands. He hadn't bothered shaving in days, and his eyes, sharp yet burdened, held the weight of a man who had carried too many goodbyes. He took a measured sip, his gaze fixed on the mare standing near the property's edge. She hadn't moved. Stubborn creature, he muttered under his breath. But there was no real frustration, only puzzlement. She wasn't his. He hadn't kept horses in years. And yet, she lingered. He tried everything to send her away, waving his arms, calling out, even unleashing his dogs to startle her. He revved his old truck near the fence, hoping the noise would frighten her off. But she never flinched. She just stood there, always watching. At first, Henry dismissed her as just another untamed horse, a stray drawn by curiosity. But there was something different in her eyes, something eerily familiar, something that reached deep into the past he had tried so hard to bury. George's eyes remained fixed on the mare. She stood there as if waiting for something, as if she was certain that George would eventually understand why she had come. Memories began to return. It was years ago when George's son, Sam, was still young. Sam loved horses, especially the wild Mustang he used to call Bella. He would often say, "This horse is special, Papa. One day she will be my friend." But then, tragedy struck. One stormy night, Sam went outside and never came back. George searched for months, but eventually he had to accept the heartbreaking truth. His son was gone. Overcome with grief, he sold all his horses, cut back on his farm, and shut himself off from the world. And now, after all these years, this mare had returned. George's heartbeat quickened. Could it be possible? Was this the same horse Sam had once petted, the one he had called his friend? Slowly, George stepped off the porch, his legs unsteady as he walked toward the fence. Bella's eyes locked onto his, as if she too was trying to recognize him. When George reached out his hand, the mare gently pressed her muzzle against his palm. Tears welled up in George's eyes. The weight of years, sorrow, and loneliness, all of it melted away in an instant. You came back?" George whispered. Bella slowly nodded, as if she understood his words. She knew Sam was gone, yet she had returned, to be with George, one last time, to bring him comfort. George ran his hand over her neck, took a deep breath, and for the first time in years, he looked up at the sky and smiled. Life had surprised him once again. Perhaps some bonds never truly break, not with time, not with distance, not even with death. The story ends, but love always remains.